Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by bet365. Bet $5, get 150 in bonus bets when you do. When you use the promo code Leading Off at bet365, it's me, Joey P. That, of course, is the Welsh, and it's you, the Peanuts and the Cracker Jacks, here on the show, hanging out with us, talking a little baseball. We've got a lot to get to today. We got the injuries, we got the headlines, the ups, the downs, and so much more. And Welsh, how much did it stick in your craw that Josh Naylor hit a home run yesterday? Please tell me you switched your home run at the last minute.
I didn't know that he did. And yeah, what did I say? I'm like, oh, I'm feeling Josh Naylor, but nope, I'm going to go with the stupid bet. I'm going to do the no home run call. You know what I'm really good at? Not home runs. I'm the Luis Arise of home run calls on the home run contest.
Not the Spencer Torkelson anymore, because he's got a couple homers. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with something fun. Ronel Blanco was ejected yesterday.
This is fun.
The A's. Oh, it's fun. It's fun because there's always an answer to certain questions. So he was ejected for a foreign substance. And if you're wondering how a 30-year-old guy who was pitching in the independent league all of a sudden is now dominating major league hitters, you're like, how did this happen? What a wonderful story. Well, most of the time, these wonderful stories, if you go look at the fairy tales of the Grimm brothers back in the day, they all have some darkness to them. And it feels like I think now we've got some answers. So Ronel Blanco got caught. And now I think a lot of his success this year makes a lot of sense to me. Welsh, with this news that you've gotten with Blanco, would you be trying to unload him after a very good start to the season based upon not only the 10-game suspension he's going to have, but also what's it going to be when he comes back? Is he going to be back in the Eastern League in a couple weeks? Like, it does raise a lot more questions than answers.
Well, I think the big thing before being like, it was all the foreign substance and we're done and everything like that is going to be what happens moving forward, because now he's going to have the target on his back as far as like umpires, paying attention and looking in this spot. Like, he's not going to be able to do or hide this if this has been a thing moving forward. I've never really been the biggest Ronel Blanco guy. The positive to what you're saying is you can get out now, and that would probably be the thing to do, before anything crazy happens. And this isn't like, this happened, he got blown up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, he got thrown out. But you can see, interestingly enough, there were some downs overall. He was almost a full mile per hour down on his slider, almost a full mile per hour down on his fastball. Everything was just kind of down in general. And yeah, I would be out. I think he's the type of guy that I didn't trust long term. Mm-hmm. And now that you're going to take away substance, which clearly was helping as far as grip. This is also a primary slider guy, so even having more of that grip has been as more important than ever. And that's something. He had a 40% whiff rate on his slider in this last game. So if he's going to have a worse feel for the slider, he's going to be in for a bad time. Bad
times. If you pizza when you French fry, you're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time. Do you remember after the no-hitter, I was like, I don't think I want to add him. Do you, Welsh? And you were like, no, I don't think I do either, which is kind of bananas when you think about it, because it was obviously opportunity that Astro rotation with all the injuries with Verlander and Valdez and everybody being out. But neither of us were really impressed. And then all of a sudden it just kept going. And we said, all right, well, we have to acquiesce at some point and say, yeah, add Blanco while you can. But, I'm not saying it's all because of the foreign substances, but I'm not
You're not saying it either. Yeah.
I'm not saying it either. I want to talk about some questions here from the chat, because somebody right here, Radiant, had a question. It's funny because I just talked about this guy in the social video I just recorded. He's going to be on the waiver wire video this week too at Fantasy Pros MLB. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Should I drop Jake Berger for Reese Olson? Now, Olson has been winless to start the year, but he's got a whip under 1, an ERA of 2.09, more than a 2.5 to 1 strikeout walk ratio. Now, historically speaking, in the minor leagues, high ERA, high strikeout rate, high walk rate, kind of feeling his way out. This version of Reese Olson we've gotten over the first 8 games of the season has been really good. I think I'm okay with this move, Welsh. What do you think about Olson, and what do you think about this move here, dropping Berger for him, if indeed you need starting pitching?
If you really needed starting pitching, I think you could do it. I don't want to drop Jake Berger, because he's just been hurt. I think everybody forgets about, oh yeah, Jake Berger, a high barrel guy, huge home run, number 4 type
huge
of hitter.
Blast rate. The blast rate was enormous.
It's short, it's long, and it's big on the blast rate. I don't want to give up on Jake Berger because I think that's one of those guys, getting back in your lineup is solid. But back to your point with Reese Olson, he added the changeup in as a bigger portion of his arsenal this year. So last year, he was like primary slider, and then it was fastball, and then a little mix. This year, he's been a 3 steady fastball, slider, and changeup. And that changeup, it's a 48% whiff rate. It's been dominant, but his fastball is doing nothing. So you go back to like the success, he's kind of given up on being a big, massive strikeout guy. That's actually lower than last year, but
it is. Yeah.
ERA to expected ERA are both great right now. He's not allowing these guys to barrel up. They're not getting really good contact, and he's got 3 solid pitches. Again, the slider and the changeup, those are the ones that are getting the whiffs. There's nothing on the fastball, and that's actually not a bad combo. So I do think Reese Olson has staying power. You were astute to put him on the waiver wire. If you're desperate, again, I think like we're not going to cry about losing Jake Berger, but I don't know. There's a chance you could.
Well, I don't know what Jake Berger's walking into also. Like, I don't know how long he's in for that stay in Miami either. You know what I mean?
Well, even better. Well, imagine if, he were to be traded.
Yeah,
and go to Boston.
but you still got June and July to get through and whatever's left of May when Berger returns. Like, I'm just saying, like, it could be a long haul there for Mr. Berger. All right. Besides Ronel Blanco, some good things. Shohei Ohtani 3 for 5 with a homer. But of course, also Gavin Stone, another guy that we've been talking about, kind of the unsung hero, I feel like, of the Dodgers rotation this year. 6 innings for him. So the Dodgers beat the crap out of the Giants today. Oh, excuse me, I said yesterday, pardon me. Jack Leiter, speaking of getting the crap beaten out of
you, geez.
6 earned runs. I'm mad at myself because I should have just been targeting instead of the over, I should have also been targeting the so got the over. That worked. But in the game yesterday, I should have been going for the earned run prop.
Remember, that's what I did. I did team total runs through the first 5 innings for the Guardians, which was 2.5. And they had 6. I doubled it. We doubled the number in the second inning.
I'm gonna be sad to see Jack Leiter go. Like that's all because I can feel like he's money in the bank for me because I just bet against him whenever he's out there. But can we put the Nepo baby to sleep? Can we do this? Let's put the Nepo baby.
You and your Nepo. Yeah, he's just not good. It's not it's one of the best college pitchers we've seen in like the last 10 years.
So was Kumar Rocker. Where's he?
Okay, but you've thrown out the Nepo baby. You're just like, he's only here because he's the Leiter's son. That's not true. He was an absolutely insane.
If his name was Jack Louder, would we be so excited about him?
Yes, he might be brothers with Reed Louder, and he's awesome. He's amazing with the Reds.
If his name was Jack Luder, would we be so excited about him?
Yes, we would. It doesn't matter what his stupid name would be.
Well, why? Ever since he got
gold
to the
jacket, green jacket, who gives
you could be excited about him as a college pitcher. That's fine. But there's been hardly anything to get excited about him in the minor leagues.
No,
hardly anything. And that's the thing. It's like he's up here now. Why? Because he had a couple good starts in spring and some moments at AAA. And now all of a sudden the Rangers are like, okay, it's all good now. We're going to bring him up here. It's been horrible.
Oh, it's done. I mean, yeah, we're moving into different areas here. I'm picking on you about the Nepo baby stuff. He's not good. And that's on the unfortunate side of this. What they made changes with him that they thought were going to work. They saw it. They brought him to the majors because okay, here we go. They didn't have a lot of depth in the minor leagues. This guy, Jose Cornell, who probably could have been one of them, he's hurt. He's hanging out here in Arizona. So, hey, Leiter, get a chance. Bing, bang, boom, blasted. There's your blast rate every damn game. He's got a 16 ERA with a 9 expected ERA, a 17% barrel percentage against. That's bonkers. That's Jake Berger, every single hitter, every single game against. That's Brent Rooker against him every single game right now. Yeah, he's not good. So the change probably going to be relief. Yeah, so any of that, like where I'm like, oh, I kind of like him and stuff, that's done. He's not going to be a starter. It's going to have to go to relief or spot starting. I'm sad because I really like Jack Leiter, but yeah, I'm also sad if he's going to go away because it was a great bet against move. And that's what I did yesterday. And
I think we get the kazoo salute to Jack Leiter's career. I think it's time. It's a little Titanic because that's kind of reminiscent of the starts of Jack Leiter. So there you go. Let's. I haven't done the kazoo in a while on the show. I haven't.
I can tell you were happy about it.
I was so happy. I was like, "This is a kazoo moment." I could feel it in my bones, and And we got it, folks. By the way, I'm looking at the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks talking amongst themselves in the chat as they are wont to do. And Angelo apparently is retired. This is how he's decided to spend his retirement, is watching us every day. And I appreciate that, Angelo. I really do. I mean, that's pretty good. If I was retired, that's probably what I would do too. I was like, oh, what's my favorite show? I'm gonna watch it every day.
Oh, okay. I was saying,
do my thing.
If I was retired, I would not be looking at Joe every single day. I would probably be on
That
the
is a lie. That is a lie. You would love to be hanging out with me every single day.
If you want to come out to the backfields with me and you want to, watch, these 18-year-old millionaires play.
Everything's got to be in the backfield.
Come on down.
Come on down to Welsh's backfield.
Come on down. We go watch baseball. Johnny Cueto. I got to see Johnny Cueto the other day. That was fun.
That's how I want to spend out my retirement, watching Johnny Cueto, 40 pounds overweight, trying to throw 82 miles an hour. Chris Paddock. What happened to Chris Paddock? 10 strikeouts, now 12 hits, 5 earned. No bueno. It was the Yankees, so okay, fine. Andrew Vaughn, a pair of dingers, so that was good. Eric Fetty back on track too. 6 strikeouts over 7 shutout innings against the Nats. And Chris Sale. How important has this Chris Sale been for the Atlanta Braves? They've struggled offensively. Ronald Acuna has an OPS under 700 right now. Albie's had an injury, missed time. Olsen and Riley, bad starts to the season. Strider hurt. And then there's the beacon of hope, Chris Sale. I mean, 9 strikeouts for him. This has been a tremendous acquisition for the Braves in the offseason. I was skeptical, but Sale has been tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I brought him up in that Paul Skeens conversation when, the world was abuzz about Paul Skeens and what can we get and what can we trade? And it was like, all right, there's some levels where it's like, who would you rather, blah, blah, blah. But like Chris Sale was probably that line, but Chris Sale has been phenomenal. As you mentioned, he has a 2.54 ERA, an expected 2.59 ERA, which is so dumb. He's not only over 30% K percentage, but he's giving up some of the least hard hit balls in baseball. 28.7% hard hit rate, which is like top 7 percentile right now. 40% whiff rate on his slider. That's up from last year. His four-seam fastball whiff rate up from last year. He has been awesome. He's been consistent. And just imagine when that offense is kind of healthy and getting going again, as long as he is still the same guy. Don't be surprised when Chris Sale, I mean, I don't even know if I want to say, but like top 10 SP, top 15, he's going to be in that. He has a legit shot if he stays healthy. That's the key. I don't want to be Mike Troutish with this whole situation.
But it's funny,
he's awesome and then gets hurt.
Every year there's moves that seem like kind of big risk reward moves. I mean, the stats on Sale right now are just unbelievable. 61 strikeouts, bonkers. 8 walks, 80.89 whip. Like this is Cy Young caliber crap we're talking about here.
And like, they don't make me want to move off. That's the other thing. Like obviously there are like performances of players and you look at and you're just like I look at every time I look at Flaherty, I'm like, even Imanaga, I can't get over stuff. Sale, but my blind spot, everybody knows what's my biggest blind spot is
tall,
an injury.
Tall, handsome pitchers like Chris Sale
with a great blast rate. Those are my big blind spot. But it's injury prone players. Like if they're good, I just stop thinking about the injury stuff. So I'm not. That's not in my brain at all with Chris Sale.
Well, some of the Sale injuries have been wacky ones too. Like balls getting hit off of him.
Yeah. Oh no, Joe. I don't know if Joe froze or I froze, but balls getting hit off of you is pretty awful. Oh, now I need to know, am I frozen or is Joe frozen? Because I'll keep going. We'll stop talking about the balls and the ball rate, of course. Which one is it? Joe froze. All right. Look at Joe's judging face in his freeze. I'm going to keep moving here. I'll keep it along. I just wasn't sure. It can never get I gotta screenshot that. We're talking about balls getting frozen, and then Joe gets frozen on Chris Sale. So that's a fun one. All right, Joey will be back and unfrozen in a minute as he's sitting here hanging with me. But let's go to the just for fun. Oh no, I'm alone here. So here we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hang over here. You can see my entire setup as we wait for Joe to come back. Just for fun, Logan Gilbert. He lost to the Royals after allowing 3 runs, 6 2/3 of an inning, but he was kind of back to his business, which was the important thing. Logan Gilbert was on my trade video. He was the guy after the 8 earned runs that I wanted to get. This is amazing here, by the way, this setup. So this is Joe. Hold on. So Welsh, What do you think about Logan Gilbert and that performance? Are you cringing? Are you excited? Tell me. Well, Joe, let's talk about Logan Gilbert in this. Let me pull it up here because that 9 earned runs, I think it was from the other day, that was the thing that I was rebuying back in on his stuff. And Logan Gilbert, 18 swing and whiffs in the last start with 35% swing and whiff rate, 8 whiffs on the fastball. He had a whiff on every single pitch that he threw in the matchup, and 3 of the 5 over 40% whiff rate. Ironically, the called strike and whiff, the CSW percentage was kind of low. So it was really like the whiffs that were making the things happen. But this is what I was talking about. This is back. Joe, do you agree? Yeah, Welsh, you were just really dumb about Logan Gilbert, and he's back. And I agree, Joe. I was dumb, but your buying opportunity was just over there. And now, hopefully, you guys took advantage of it because I'm very excited about Logan Gilbert coming back here. So let's see what happened to Joe. Joe, oh no, I don't know. He hopefully comes back here. Alex Bregman, 2 for 4 with a home run on Tuesday over the A's. He's starting to pick it back up. Josh Naylor, 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Kicking myself for not having him here in the home run contest because I would be on the board. One that you haven't seen. Guess who is on the board? Hey, yo, guess who is on the board? Welsh? Who, Joe? Me. Of course I am. And I could have been on here if Puppet Joe, if you don't know from the podcast, I'm doing a puppet version of Joe over here on the thing. That's what this voice is going to be. Hey, yo, I don't want to get like super Italian and get canceled. So we'll just do this voice is what's going to be. Maybe I could have the mask. Like this could be Joe, the Joe mask. We could do that. But I wish I had Josh Naylor. I didn't because I'm stupid. AJ Puck pitched a scoreless inning in the 10th to earn his first save of the year. He's in full relief. And when the team most likely decides to end up getting rid of Tanner Scott, probably going to be maybe they get rid of AJ Puck, but he would be he would probably be the guy moving forward. So, by the way, Joe was blaming it on StreamYard. Let me just text him back real quick. This is the other side of the show that you get to get. Let's see. Oh, he's restarting. All right, Joe will be back in a minute. Otherwise, we're going to get Puppet Joe. I'm going to let Puppet Joe do a few things here. All right, Welsh, hey, yo. This is how he starts everything. Someone make me a puppet, please. Let's go to the rookie lookie and let's talk about the top prospect in baseball. I've been saying it all along. I've been saying it. Hey, yo, Junior Camanero's coming. Welsh, what exciting thing happened yesterday? Well, Joe, the exciting thing that happened yesterday was Junior Caminero played second base. So for all of you and your rookie lookies, that is a big key sign once they finally started moving him around and seeing if they can get some positional flexibility out of him. This is good. So Junior Caminero playing second base could be within a week of us finally seeing him. That's what I think. Like, I think they're going to see how they can get him positionally, but finally, my guess, by the way, sticking to it, I said May 24th was going to be my guess for when he ends up coming up to the majors because it's off of an off day, and I think it can happen. Oh, no! I got to go! Hey, yo, I got to go! Puppet Joe out! Woo!
I don't know what happened. The internet just completely cut out in my house, but here we go. I missed Puppet Joe, apparently, because I see the chat going on here.
Before we move on, if I don't get some love for being able to maintain that situation with Puppet Joe, if that wasn't a masterclass, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So please, everybody clap. Everybody clap now for me, please.
When in doubt, always go with puppets. So what did I miss, Welsh? What did we do?
Joe, Puppet Joe was talking about how he loves and has always loved Junior Caminero and how excited he is that Junior Caminero was playing second base yesterday. And that's what I was talking about. So my guess still is May 24th, real Joe, that he's going to be coming up to the majors. And I think this lines up with them positionally putting him in another spot. And I think this is great. And this is the thing. If people had let go of Junior Caminero, I know every prospect stinks and sucks and fails. I'm going to go make sure that I've got Junior Caminero if he's sitting out there.
So Jerry nailed it too. It also tells you Brendan Lau is not coming back anytime soon. Like that's also I think that. So yes. So I assume we hit the just for fun. We talked about Logan Gilbert and Alex Bregman.
Oh yeah, no, Puppet Joe. This is how Puppet Joe where he goes, "Hey yo, Welsh, what do you think about that Logan Gilbert? You were really stupid and you hated him, but he started looking good again." I was like,
"What about AJ Puck getting a save? Did he talk about that too?"
Hey yo, AJ Puck no longer a starter. What we said all along.
See, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong ever. It's all just opportunities. No, it's no bad. Nothing is good or bad. It's whatever is in your head.
That's a really smart way to say it. You should look at every good positive and every negative as an opportunity. And listen,
you're getting rave reviews in the chat, by the way.
Puppet Joe to shine. Well, thank you. I mean, your freeze, your face was incredible, but then you disappeared. And I had to have a co-host, so that was
I don't know what happened. The internet just cut out completely. Where they must be doing some work outside or something like that. But yes, Junior Caminero, everything Welsh and Puppet Joe said. I would take that into account. The Mets are calling up Mark Vientos because they got rid of Joey Wendell. He gone. So Mark Vientos. And I think with Brett Beatty not looking like a major leaguer right now, I would not be shocked if Vientos starts to really push for at-bats. And that could be an interesting corner guy in a deeper league. In a 15-team league, Mark Vientos might be one of these dudes that, I don't know how long JD Martinez is for the dance with the New York Mets. I don't know how long the New York Mets are for the dance. Vientos is one of these guys I think in the last 3 months of the season is going to be valuable. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think like that makes some sense, though. I don't know if there's much left in the maturation tank for Vientos. He was still striking out a lot, right around 29% of the time in AAA. But the power's there. He hit 284, 6 homers. I think you know what you get out of him. This is one of those guys, like if he can right the ship, barrel percentage can get up there, good hard hit numbers. He's just got some like big swing and miss in his game. But like you said, like what are you missing from Brett Beatty? I think the Beattys of the world and the Vientos of the world are this team reckoning with, what trades do we need to make in the future? I don't think either one of these guys are the big answer, but you're almost better suited with the guys that have had the failured opportunity in the majors, went back down and come back up. I think that's where some of the best improvement comes from, is in those like second, third trial runs. So Vientos might be a source of homers, but I'm not jumping at it. I think these are just band-aids for, what they're going to cover up later.
You know what you should jump on? The opportunity to win this, the Trophy Smack Fantasy Baseball Championship belt. It can be yours. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, Fantasy Pros MLB. Yeah, and comment below on a video. That's it. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. Waiver wire video comes out tomorrow, everybody. I think late tomorrow. So good things, very exciting stuff here. What a time to be alive.
Joe, look at Michael Impo. This is it right here. 25K. We need to have the Puppet Joe and Puppet Welsh show. That's the one.
Years ago, somebody bought my oldest daughter one of those like you can make your own Muppet kind of thing, and it was so much fun. You had the hair and the eyes and the whole thing. You had like different. Puppet versions of us would be spectacular.
I don't know if we can get like the upper people behind the curtain.
I'll tell you what, 2,200. If we get to 2,200 this season, I'll do the pineapple pizza. 25,000, I should say. What am I saying? 2,200. If we get to 22,000, I'll do the pineapple pizza.
Why would people want to watch you eat pizza?
Oh, please. Chat, tell Welsh why you want to watch my complete disdain and unhappiness of having to eat that. Everybody,
about 21,000. We do that. You do your pizza, and then 22. We could maybe do puppets.
No, I think puppets is 25 because that's an investment in time. We've got to figure out how to do it on the show to make sure they're in the camera. Like it's going to be a whole thing. Like that's going to be. All right. It's going to be amazing, but Jim Henson would be proud. 3 up and 2 down. Carlos Rodon, 1 earned, 6 innings, 6 Ks for him. Mitch Haniger, 3 for 3 with a dinger and a walk. Adolis Garcia, 2 for 4 with a homer. 3 down. Sonny Gray, 2 bad ones in a row. Sonny Gray, what are you doing? You killed me yesterday. 5 runs, 6 innings against the Angels. The other thing I am mad that I talked about the 10 ERA of Reed Detmers his last 3 starts, and he gave up 5 more earned runs. I should have 4 earned runs. Sorry, 5 total. But
you're like, he's the worst pitcher in baseball.
Oh, wait, I should bet on the over on the earned runs. Slade Ciccone, by the way, too. tagged for 6 runs in 5 2/3 also.
Slade, I will tell you this, though.
Is Slade Ciccone, isn't he like a choreographer for like the Laker girls? I feel like I feel like
probably after yesterday, I bet he wishes he was.
Ciccone.
He's actually been really good. I'm going to throw this out there if you guys haven't paid. I know he got lit up. It was later in the game, though. He was pinpoint accuracy. And he said something after the game that he said when he's getting deeper into games, he's trying to control the zone and the pitches more and more. And he said, I realize I can't do that at the major league level. He's like, I just have to throw the best pitch every single time, then trying to control points of the zone. I actually think he really is in a good spot start place. So watch who he's going up against. If you've got bottom half offensive teams, I think you can, I don't know if he's a regular, but I really do think you can get some decent starts out of him because he is a 5th starter in baseball. He's actually looked good regardless of the dumb numbers yesterday.
All right, let's fly through the injuries here. Jung-Hoo Lee has structural damage in the shoulder. That's what the MRI said. So he's going to be having surgery. So this is going to be a while, folks. Just make long-term plans if Lee was part of your long-term plans for 2024. Rhys Hoskins is going to miss 2 weeks, maybe a month with a hamstring strain. So probably a month. Byron Buxton is on his rehab assignment. So that'll be good up until he gets hurt again. Bobby Miller is going to face hitters today. 2-inning simulated game. We'll see how that goes. Plus Evan Phillips also going to be throwing a bullpen today. Miguel Andujar, remember him? Remember the hot spring? Everyone was all excited about Miguel Andujar. Well, tomorrow, rehab assignment for him. Adrian Hauser was scratched from today's start. So Joey Lucchesi, how you doing? Is going to make the start in his place.
Slade Ciccone, Joey Lucchesi.
Slade Ciccone and the Joey Lucchesi and all my people, my boys. Blake Snell, another minor leg rehab start on Friday. Garrett Cole is going to throw a 36-pitch bullpen session yesterday. Well, so far it was good. No problems yet.
You gonna trade him?
Yeah, 100%.
Immediately.
No, as soon as the rehab start is announced, that's when you pounce. Royce Lewis, he is running on the field, so that's a good thing. So we're getting closer and closer for him. God, I want Royce Lewis back so bad.
Me too.
And then the A's activated Zach Geloff, so that's a good thing. So all good things. Well, just speaking of good things, you know what else is good on a Wednesday? The best bets
of the day,
which apparently isn't working for me. So I don't know why. Now look, none of the things are working today. I don't know. There it is.
Yeah, it was
all
working.
Right.
We could see it. Best bets of the day. There it is. Look at us. We're so happy.
All right. So that was terrible. So we need to do this again. Oh, here we go. Hey, Welsh.
Yes, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now let's try it again. Hey, Welsh.
Yes, Joe.
You know what it's time for?
What?
It's time for the best bets
of the day
with Joey P and the Welsh. Make sure you're making your wagers over on Bet365. Use that promo code leading off when you do. Bet $5, get 150 in bonus bets with the promo code leading off only at Bet365 over on the greatest spot to possibly put your wagers in. Now, Bet365 is a sponsor of the show. We love Bet365. We also love making money. And Sonny Gray stopped me from making all the money I wanted to yesterday. So I'm mad at Sonny Gray. I'm really mad at myself because I just should have trolled Reed Detmers instead. And I should have had even more of an investment against Jack Leiter. But I had enough to get us through. So did you. Let's get to the K props for Michael King today against the Colorado Rockies. 7.5 plus money on the over. I think he can get to at least 8, maybe even 9. It's pretty much like 10 strikeouts or he's terrible. That's what Michael King has been.
Yeah,
but
true.
The Rockies stink. Plus 110. Give me Michael King on the over today. Also, give me the money line on the Yankees against the Twins. You might say, well, Pablo Lopez is on the mound, Joe. That seems like a risky investment. It might be, except you're getting even money on the Yankees on the money line. So it's already 50-50 to win a baseball game, right, folks? Plus, Juan Soto crushes Pablo Lopez. In his career, go look at the stats. It's a good thing. He's got several home runs. Torres also has some good numbers against Pablo Lopez. So some of those guys have some surprisingly good numbers and stats against Pablo. So I like them, even though it's a road game today against the Twinkies. The Astros on the run line, -1.5 at -105. That is what I'm looking for today. So, Welsh, if you put together the Yankees money line and Juan Soto to score a run, that same game parlay will get you plus 172. And that is my parlay of the day. Welsh, what do you have for the people for the bets of the day?
All righty. I am going to Philly. Boy, Philly has been doing good stuff lately and paying for the bets to keep me in the positive. Yesterday I was 1-1 and nixed because the Orioles didn't play yesterday. So pretty good, but I actually had another bet or two. So I'm on a little bit of a streak over on Betting Pros, but Philly has been doing good things. So Ranger Suarez on the bump. Run line 1.5 is plus money for Philly. So I'm taking it. I'm taking Philly to be up by 2 runs or more. Give me plus, it's like plus 102, plus 105. You can find it. I'm going to take that. I'm also tempted. If I got a little bit of a better line, I'd have probably played the first 5 to be up by 1 run, but they're a little bit juiced. So maybe pay attention to it. Next up, Tanner Houck has been a weak spot for me lately because he has been a little bit of a failure over the last 2. When I do my when in doubt, Tanner Houck, that has not worked. But this matchup today, Tanner Houck versus Taj Bradley. Taj looked pretty good in that return. Tanner Houck, though the strikeouts haven't quite been there, we've had some maintenance overall. So instead of jumping on these strikeouts or any crazy run lines, I'm just going to take the 8-run under. And I'm going to go with this being a lower scoring game. Even the first 5 isn't really a bettable thing. At 4.5 under, it's a little too juice. So I'm going to take the full game under 8 runs, right at minus 110. And then this is one of the crazier ones I've done. I'm usually pretty, I don't want to call it chalky or whatever, but like I want to, not play too much risk. But sometimes there's just too good of juice that you got to jump on it. And that's what I'm doing today with the Washington Nationals first 5 money line. It was plus 150 against the White Sox. Now, Patrick Corbin is on the mound for the Nationals, and Garrett Crochet is on the bump for the White Sox. But Nationals are scoring almost a full run more than the White Sox through the first 5 innings. Corbin has put together 2 really good starts. And Garrett Crochet, those last 2 have been good. He's just been inconsistent this year. So if the Nationals are up by a run, it's plus 150. I'm going to take the Nationals and their offense and how they've been scoring against Garrett Crochet here. And in worst cases they lose, but I'm hoping at least if it's tied, I just get my money back. First 5 money line Washington plus 150. Those be the bets of the day.
There you have it, everybody. Make sure you download the Betting Pros app. Start betting smarter, not harder. That's a smart thing to do. And that'll do it for the best bets of the day with Joey P and the Welsh. Well, it's time to get to the home run board. Not too many changes here. I'm still at 14, 3 behind. Pazzi at the top with 17. Welsh still not quite there yet. Maybe Josh Naylor would have gotten you to 11. And 11 would have been good enough to get on the board because I think you're at 10. So that would have happened yesterday. Again, join our Discord at fantasypros.com/chat. It is free. It is fun. And after the show today, we're going to have more show because we will be having cleaning up. So join us there for some extra baseball. We'll take your questions. And who knows if Angry Joe will come out or not. Spoiler alert. I told you about Pablo Lopez and the numbers Juan Soto has against him. Well, I'm going to go my boy Juan Soto today, see if I can get up that ladder just a little bit higher on the home run calls. Welsh, where are you calling your home run call for today? And maybe Puppet Joe should be calling your home run.
Well, I will tell you this. I am going with Corey Seager today. I don't feel confident, but I had this little voice in the back of my head earlier who said, hey, yo, Welsh, I really like Alec Bohm. So Puppet Joe is going with Alec Bohm. Hey, yo.
Good.
And I'm
now,
going with Corey
if
Seager.
Puppet Joe gets the home run right, does that mean I get it or you get it?
Well, you're not Puppet Joe. I'm not Puppet. Puppet Joe is its own entity. You are trying to
Puppet Joe
away...
gets it, so neither of us get it. Is what you're saying.
Puppet Joe does, and Puppet Joe goes on the board.
I'd like to see Puppet Joe on that board. I think
you know what? Puppet Joe will be probably on it quicker than I will.
Oh, stop it. You're right there. You're right in striking distance. It's a marathon, not a sprint, everybody. But you should sprint right over to Discord. Again, it's free. It's fun. FantasyPros.com/chat. Join us for the show after the show. Cleaning up right now. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.